Hi guys, welcome to Account Thoughts number 3. So as far as you know, the application for PRC registration or the application for taking the CPA board exam is now open. I think it started during December 28th. So what does it mean? It means that the Sipale is already around the corner. So yun, malapit na, mga 5 months na lang. Magkakaroon na ulit ng Sipale exam. So in my account thoughts number 3, we will discuss PRC registration for 2021 Sipale and things to look forward for 2021. So since malapit na magtapos ang 2020, many things have happened. What are the things that we need to look forward to next year? Even if COVID still exists and for some, it's still a dark time. Let's start. Okay, ito. I will not discuss in this video any specific processes in the Sipale application sa PRC. I will not discuss that, but rather, remember the fact na open na yung PRC registration. The important question here is, will I take Sipale during May 2021? So the assumption here is, as of the moment, as possible, meron ka ng clear decision whether or not you will take the Sipale or not. And filing for application in PRC is a sign that you are committed in taking the board exam during May 2021. So, ang point ko dito, as of the moment, you must have a clear decision already or dapat clear na sa mind mo or dapat meron ka ng decision whether or not to take the Sipale or not. Kasi, syempre, importante din to para makaplano ka rin. So that you can also plan for the board exam. Because it's hard to do things if you do it half-heartedly. Pag hindi mo talaga minimin yung mga ginagawa mo. So, let's say, nag-take ka lang ng Sipale kasi wala lang. Trip mo lang kasi malapit na. Ganyan. Or wala lang para matapos ko na during May. So, make sure that your decisions are planned. Kasi, of course, kung hindi ka kasi clear or kung wala kang clear plan, it's hard for you to really pass the board exam. So, dapat nagsisimula lahat sa plan. So, okay. Ito yung palaging tinatanong. But, I will discuss or I will give insights on what are the factors on whether to take or not. Or for some people, what are the factors that they look into consideration in deciding whether to take the CPA board exam or not. Ito, number 1. Do you have a job? Or do you have a part-time job? Honestly, before, during face-to-face classes or during the actual review, hindi to big deal. This will only apply to a specific percentage of people or only certain people lang to. Kasi before, during face-to-face setup, most of the people who take the exam are CPA reviewers. Ibig sabihin nito, nag-take sila ng time or they devoted their 6 months just to study for the board exam. But for today, I think that this is a more important concern. Kasi, syempre, na-delay ang board exam ng at least 1 year or I can even say 1 year and a half. So for the rest, syempre, they need to survive or they need to make money. So they cannot wait for 1 year and 6 months to take an exam na hindi naman sila sure na papasa sila o hindi. Or na uncertain naman kung papasa sila or hindi. So, this is an important factor kasi most of the people that I know, meron na silang jobs while reviewing for the CPA board exam. So, this will really be a factor. Do you have a job? Kasi ganito, kung meron kang job, you need to assess whether or not part-time lang ba siya or full-time. Or do you have work-life balance? Can you balance working 8 hours a day and studying afterwards? Hindi ka ba mapapagod? Or do you have the adequate strength to study or the adequate determination to study even if meron kang work? So, importante to. And siguro for the rest, ang ginagawa nila, nagpapaalam sila sa managers or nagpapaalam sila sa supervisors nila na pwede ba na for the 6 months, medyo konti lang muna ang workload ko kasi magpo-focus ako sa Sipale. So, nagmamatter to. Do you have a job? So, maraming factors. Number 1, do you have the time to study for the Sipale even if meron kang job? Number 2, assuming na wala kang time, can you negotiate? Or pwede mo pang pakiusapan ang manager mo or ang boss mo na medyo i-lighten muna yung load mo kasi nagpo-focus ka sa Sipale. So, nagmamatter to. Do you have a job? Especially ngayon, kasi most of the people who will take, most of them meron ng trabaho. Kasi they cannot wait for 1 year just for the Sipale. So, that's number 1. Okay, number 2, school reputation. Eto. Honestly, school reputation, maraming ways or there are different perspectives of school reputation. When you look at it, depende siya sa school. Depende siya sa school or depende siya sa goal ng school. Kasi ganito, may mga schools that they really want 100% passing rate. There are schools who really work hard for them to achieve a 100% passing rate. So that's a different category. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng schools nakaka-achieve ng 100%. But some schools are trying. Okay? Basta ang point ko, different yung priorities ng schools. Number 2, there are schools that want to be a best performing school. Parang ang target nila is to at least be top 5 or at least be a part of the top 5 of the top performing schools that is recognized by PRC. So that's the second thing. Kasi may mga schools na yun ang goal nila, to be a best performing school or to be part of the top 5 best performing schools. So that's another category. So there are certain schools that achieve that. Number 3, there are others naman, they want to have a 100% passing rate. Pero let's say ganito, their goal is to achieve 100% passing rate, pero 3 lang yung magte-take. Or let's say 10 lang yung magte-take. Ang goal nila is 100% passing rate. Kasi syempre, di ba? Kung 100 passing rate, kahit 5 lang yung nag-take. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pwede mo siyang i-post sa tarpaulin. You can post a tarpaulin sa school nyo, 5 lang yung nag-take, 100% passing rate. Ano naman yung titingnan ng tao? Yung 100%. They will not care kung ilan yung nag-take. Okay? So yun, there are also schools that want it that way. Para bang quality over quantity. Ang gusto namin, kay 10 lang yung mag-take, 100%. Kasi syempre, kung top performing school, may minimum requirement. At least 50 takers. So, wala silang pakialam doon. And there are also schools that really work hard. That at least isa lang yung makapasa, okay na. Kasi as far as we know, at sinasabi din to ni Sir Noe, di ba? Sinasabi niya, most of the schools have 0% passing rate. Or yeah, parang the schools that have 0% passing rate or no passers at all, marami-raming schools din to. So for other schools, their priority is to have at least 1 passer. At least 1. Just for the sake na ma-accredit pa rin sila sa CHED. So ang point ko dito, maraming prioritizations ang schools at marami yung goals. Different yung goals ng schools. And depende siya sa scenario. Kasi ganito, for other schools, they will invite you to take. Okay? There are schools that will invite you to take. For example, if the school wants to maintain at least 50 passers, or 50 passers, 50 takers rather, 50 yung magte-take. And let's say, 49 pa lang yung magte-take. They will really pressure you to take. just to meet the requirement of at least 50 takers. So may mga ganong schools na they will really incentivize you or they will really invite you to take just to meet the 50 takers requirement. Kasi syempre sa best performing school, important criteria yun. But for other schools naman, sasabihin nila sa'yo, huwag ka na mag-take. Kasi panira ka sa percentage. I mean, for some schools, what if the school wants to achieve a 100% passing rate? And they know that you are not that good or probably hindi ka papasa. They will not invite you to take kasi panira ka sa 100% passing rate. So, why am I discussing this? Kasi, let's be honest, this is a factor. School reputation is a factor. Pero ang point ko dito, depende talaga siya sa school. Because for some instances, they will invite you to take. Even if they know na hindi ka ganun ka, or they feel na, okay, ganun-ganun ka lang. Pero for the rest naman, they will never invite you to take. So, depende siya sa situation. School reputation is an important factor. And before, even top-notchers, this is also considered kasi there are others who take in, let's say, May. Kasi hindi masyadong malaki yung competition. So yung likelihood of being a top-notcher is big pag May ka magte-take. Pero of course, hindi naman yan importante. Kasi if you are meant to be a top-notcher, you will be a top-notcher. So medyo hindi na siya important ngayon. So that's number 2, school reputation. And then number 3, preparation. So of course, the important question is, na-take advantage mo ba ang pandemic? So even before announcing na meron ng Sipale during May, naka-prepare ka na ba? Or meron ka na bang ginawa for you to really prepare for the Sipale? So importante din yung preparation. So those are the factors that are taken into consideration. So what are the tips in PRC application? Okay, number 1. Ito these are my tips, especially for those na magfa-file pa lang ngayon. Number 1 is be patient and make sure that you brought all the requirements. Ito first, be patient. I want to emphasize this a lot. Be patient. Why? Kasi remember, the PRC application will not only apply for Sipale. Remember, most of the courses or ibang mga courses din, kakompetensya mo yan sa PRC. So, yung mga engineers, etc., magpa-file din yan sila sa PRC. And, syempre, magkakasabay kayo. Kasi, syempre, lahat kasi ng professions affected by COVID-19. So, expect na maraming tao sa PRC palagi. So, you need to be patient as possible. Kasi, kasabayan mo ang ibang courses or licensure examinations for other courses or other professions. So be patient kasi mahaba talaga ang limit. And make sure you brought all the requirements. So of course, ganito do not rely on PRC. Okay? Parang ganito. Pag sinabi nila na 2 valid documents lang ang kailangan, hindi ibig sabihin na 2 lang din ang dadalhin mo sa PRC. Make sure kailangan magis or kailangan you need to give or you need to exert an extra effort in making sure that you have all the requirements. You have all the requirements, even those requirements that are not really required by the PRC. Kasi let's be honest is it only me? But PRC, okay, di ba may citizens charter sila? Binibigay nila yung steps on what to do. Pero, di ba, napapansin nyo ba, pag pumupunta kayo ng government agency, merong mga requirements na, requirement pala to, hindi ko man to alam. Or, eto, gagawin ko pala to, hindi naman ako aware kasi wala sa citizens charter. So, ang point ko dito, make sure that you brought all the requirements. hindi lang yung mga requirements na kailangan. Kailangan mo ng extra. Extra means, kailangan mo magdala ng extra pictures. So, kung meron kang mga 1x1 or 2x2, dalhin mo lahat sa PRC to make sure na hindi ka magkakaproblema. Or even those requirements na hindi kailangan talaga, dalhin mo lang. Or kung kailangan mong i-photocopy lahat ng mga requirements, you need to do it. Kasi mahirap kasi di ba sayang? Pupunta ka ng PRC, may kulang. So sayang. Sayang yung paghihintay, sayang tong patience na in-exert mo, di ba? So yun, make sure that you brought all the requirements, even those requirements na hindi required. And then ito, finally is, at the time that you receive your notice of admission, take care of your NOAA, please. Kasi hindi ka makaka-take ng board exam kung wala kang notice of admission. Okay? So you need to make sure that you care or you need to take care of your notice of admission. So exert effort in making sure na hindi siya magigirit or hindi siya mafo-fold, hindi siya makumo. Basta, that's my point. Take care of your notice of admission. So those are the tips that I have in applying for PRC or filing for application. Okay. Right now, on my part 2, I will also discuss or I will also give insights on what are expectations for 2021. Of course, the expectation for 2021 is new CPAs. I think na everyone will be happy to see new CPAs. Siyempre, di ba, ang maganda kasi pag after ng board exam, dun mo kasi malalaman lahat ng stories ng mga CPAs. Kasi I believe that all CPAs, there is a story behind. And those stories must be heard. Like, di ba, napapansin niyo ba dati, kung may CPA, nagpo-post siya ng mahabang Facebook post, tapos ninanarrate niya yung story niya, ano yung nangyari, or basta, di ba, pag may, di ba, kahit hindi lang ata CPA, mapa, doctor, nurse, palagi kang you can always see a Facebook post na parang MMK. And of course, syempre, di ba, happy tayo for them that even through adversity or kahit marami silang problema, nakayanan nila. Naging CPA sila or naging professional sila. So, it's also a good opportunity to have new CPAs and to also hear their stories. Especially top-notchers, syempre. Top-notchers talaga yung highlight. So, syempre, pag may top 1, i-interview na yan ng ABS-CBN ba or basta, any news outlet. So, maganda yun, new CPAs. Ito, number 2, the lack of supply of CPAs will be solved. Clarification ha, I'm not saying that the passing rate must be increased. Okay ha, it's another thing. Hindi ko sinasabi na dapat si PRC maging lax or dapat si PRC dapat maging mas hindi strict in the questions or dapat yung CPA exam madali. It's not like that. My point here is, sana the amount of CPAs will be enough to solve the problems in the industries affected. Kasi let's say ganito. Let's say the takers are 40,000 takers for Sipale. Even if 20% lang ng 40,000 ang pumasa, 8,000 CPAs is a lot. Or, 8,000 CPAs, marami yan. Marami yung 8,000 CPAs na yan. So, we always hope that the lack of supply of CPAs will be solved. Kasi, the 2020 has been a hard time for every industry. So, syempre, sa public practice, yung mga CPAs overloaded. Kasi, walang CPAs na gagawa ng work. So, tingnan nyo yung mga audit firms, most of their employees are overloaded. Kasi nga, may lack of supply. And for academe, di ba? For academe din. There are others na walang teachers or walang accounting instructors kahit part-time lang, di ba? It will also affect the quality of education. Siyempre, di ba, nakaka-affect din to if we want to make a better education system for CPAs or for the accountancy courses. It will also be a factor. Kasi pag lack of supply sa academe, overloaded din ang teachers. And the quality of instruction may be affected. And not only that, but of course, government is always in need of CPAs. And of course, even businesses, they need CPAs as well. So I hope that next year, the lack of supply of CPAs will be solved. And of course, it means that sana matuloy ang board exam. Sana yung bagong strain na mas nakakahawa, sana hindi siya pumasok sa Pilipinas. I hope that the CPA exam will be pushed through. Kasi kung hindi, ewan ko na lang. Everyone will suffer. And then finally, higher passing rate, I guess. I hope that this will happen for 2021. I'm not saying that PRC or BOA needs to make their exams easier. It's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm hoping that even if the exam is difficult, sana tumaas yung passing rate. I think even at 25% will already suffice. Worst case scenario, sana at least 25% lang. And I personally believe that a higher passing rate will really happen, even if the SIPALE will be difficult. I am expecting a higher passing rate. Why? Kasi number one, I think that for now, there is a variety of options for takers of CPA board exam. Kasi dati, di ba, during face-to-face classes, pag, let's say, kay X review center ka lang. Pag ipagsasabay mo si X review center at si Y review center, bawal. And, di ba for top-notchers, it's a requirement. Dapat sa isang review center ka lang. Kasi kung pinagsabay mong dalawa, hindi mo marireceive yung prize. Or hindi mo marireceive yung cash prizes. So, at least for now, hindi na siya hindrance. Kasi you can review on 2 review centers. So, ang point ko dito, mas wide na yung options for CPA takers. They can enroll on many review centers. And number two, I also felt that review centers are more proactive right now. Ano yung ibig sabihin ko ng proactive? I think that for now, they are already open in questions. Like, there are review centers that dedicate a certain session just to answer the different questions of students. And I think this is a good opportunity. Kasi yung mga CPA review centers, they are also making sure that students understood the topics. Kaya, di ba ngayon, I think lahat naman ng review centers ganito, they have resource persons or they have personnel or technical personnel that will supervise the technicalities or mga technicalities ng online classes, etc. Which is a good thing. Kasi di ba dati, yung in charge lang sa lahat ng bagay, reviewers lang din. Pero ngayon, meron ng mga resource persons or meron ng mga tech personnel that will handle other matters other than the CPA review itself. So, feeling ko naman ngayon, competitive na rin kasi ang review centers, to be honest. They are competitive. And if review centers are more competitive, it means that they will really make sure that the quality of education is good on their review center. Feeling ko importante yun. So, And of course, marami kasing time to study. Kasi syempre for other people, they have at least 1 year to prepare for the board exam. So that's a lot of time. If you really took advantage of that 1 year, papasa ka talaga sa boards. Most likely. So, yun. My expectation for 2021 is a higher passing rate. Even if mahirap ang boards. Kasi, number one, maraming available resources. You can enroll on many review centers. Number two, review centers are more competitive. They invest in other things, or they also invest in, there are other review centers that even focus on coaching or life coaching. So that's also important if you want to make sure that the students are motivated in taking the board exam. Kailangan mo ng mga motivators or kailangan mo ng mga mentors, not just reviewers per se. So yun. And then finally, it's because of the time. So yun, again, kasi marami na yung time to prepare for the board exam. So that's it for my accountants number 3. So thank you and have a good and prosperous 2021 for everyone. And this will not be the last time that I will be posting accountants videos. Expect for more content next time.